Okay.
So I'm welcoming Christina to this space where we're going to be talking about the 6 month journey of Devoted and everything that it brought and all of the gifts, all of the wonders, all of the bumps, all of the challenges maybe, and just have a really chilled conversation about the journey that you took, that we took together with others in the Devoted circle. So I wonder if we start from what called you into Devoted? Like when you said yes,
Mhm.
what gave you your yes?
Um, I think it helps that I've known you for a while, so I've
Mm,
traveled with you on your journey, which kind of was my little adventure along the same side, so it made me feel comfortable. But there's something that about you that draws me in, but then it's also about Circle. I think I've just it's something that's really hard to articulate. You have to just experience it. But
mm,
there's magic in circles, so I knew that I'd enjoy the circle. But I think because I've experienced that, I want other people to be able to feel it as well. So it was something that I'd been thinking about for a long time, but didn't really know how to start on my own. Um, so I think just knowing that you've got people around you and that you'd get the tools and that wisdom of all your learning and that we'd learn together with a group of other like sisters as well. I think that's what was the yes.
mm.
It wasn't an instant yes. It was like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, should I?
Yeah.
And then yeah, I just had that feeling that it was the right thing to do.
Hmm. And did you have that feeling at the end? This was the right thing to do?
Yeah, because it's that like you're stepping into something that you don't really. I knew what circles were, but I didn't really know what I was going to be doing. So
Mm.
it's that the anticipation and the unknown. But once you get into it, a bit like you do your first circle and then you do the next circle, there's something
Yeah.
about that magic and the bond that comes with it as well. That I think it's more. Mm, there's something about the people that you do it with that container that helps helped me to grow and it felt safe and comfortable.
Mm.
So it kind of built. So it was more of a yes, I'm so glad I did that.
Mm. And how would you describe the container? How would you describe the circle of Devoted of the constellation of us over the journey? How would you put it into words? And I know it's not easy, but what would you say?
Um, feel like this. It's something about uh, a circle that I was going to say derobes, but kind of like it just takes away this human body that we're experiencing this life in. You, that why circles magic is that you kind of not this and not the things that are bolted onto you, not the things that life is. You are you, and that's what is truly held and seen in a circle. And then because you're all on this journey trying to learn and everyone's there for the same reason, and because it's in that container of a circle, it allows you to go a bit deeper and you're each supporting each other um, through it. So there were so many different people with different like desires and ways that they want to take it, but also different wisdom that I could learn from to kind of develop the circle that I want and what I wanted out of this journey. Um, but it wasn't about kind of all the bolt-ons. It was just taking all of that armor down, and that meant that you could go a bit deeper and then be able to really learn about well, I could learn about myself and challenge some things in my own thinking so that it was wasn't just surface level. So then I feel more equipped then to meet other different people with whatever they bring in the circle.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Mm.
So, what would you say? There might be a few of these, a few to answer. What would you say were your absolute highlights? If there were moments along the 6 months where you're like, that was a really special moment for me.
Um,
What are the standout moments?
the ones that come to mind are the ones in person, I think, um, where we actually because it doesn't the first one meeting didn't come like quite soon. We did a few online to start with, so there's something about being in person for me anyway that's really special. So they stood out, but even when we were online, um, and there's some of the practices when we went into our own little pods. There's some moments there, and even outside of that, like some the support, like supporting each other, and some of the conversations that have led on from what we've like a topic we've learned about, um, and just like even like maybe just talking about things that people feel are a bit scary to talk about, like all of the different diversity in all its different shapes, and that how we all show up in human life is just having trusted people where you can have open, honest conversations to because you're coming from a place of love. Like it's a given that it's with love that everyone wants to understand each other, and I feel like I can be seen and understood for what I am, and somebody else can, and we can learn from each other so that we can be bigger and we can know better so we can do better and hold people more. um so that's always the special bit for me, I think, is the connection with people and the wisdom that I get from other people. And then um one of the big ones is towards the end with Mama Lula. She really stands out for me. That was just to hear her. I feel a bit emotional actually talking about her. To hear her speak, um, like so much love and guidance and wisdom. She's kind of so, like I think I long for a little bit, and also I want to be like when I'm older. And but she's not like a typical what you might think. Like she is just her. She speaks with normality, so it's like understanding what she says, um, but like pure heart, and spirit, and like there's a fight about her as well. So yeah, that was brilliant. I learnt loads from what she was talking, just the stories as well that she speaks about. I like storytelling.
She
Um,
was incredible, and there's so many other women have said that was a moment that session was a real
yeah,
gift, like to hear a true
yeah,
elder, an
yeah,
initiated elder.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like what's possible.
yeah, we're gonna be elders, not older. Elders.
Yeah, and that like that's she's kind of the walking, living antithesis of the ancestors that like we're feeling like around us, and that we want to build on what they've done, like the amazing, brave um, things that they've done. That means that we can do what we can do, and we can try and reclaim some things. But she's living proof. She's like still here doing it and saying, "You can do it.
Yeah.
I want you to, and I'm here doing it with you." Like yeah, it's like an ancestor speaking. It's like, oh wow.
Yeah, that session, yeah, session stayed with me. It still is with me, even as you speak, and every time someone speaks about it, I'm like, oh yeah, like I wrote the words liquid. Was it like liquid honey?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that like,
just
yeah,
soothing.
yeah, really soothing.
Yeah.
So, what would you say from the start of the journey to now we've completed the journey? What would you say for you would be the key piece that you understand about yourself, or the gift that you were taken away? What would you say if you were to pop it into some words? I don't know it's always challenging to put these things into words, but what would you say? It's like what the main gift, or what you really learnt about yourself, or both?
I think maybe it's more of a, I can probably distill this down better, like, but I think now just talking out loud is probably a remembering, a reminding, uh, a, a gathering, and a force. So
Mm,
it's like, I think sometimes your brain will gather bits of stories and then fill in bits, or you'll just take what suits whatever's going on in your head or at that point. And sometimes you can forget um, the the real things and the truth of what's happened. And I think I was just reminded of um, that I'm pretty tough. I've got a big heart, a very strong back, um, and my main purpose is to be of service in lots of different ways. So I don't have to choose. And I'm so blessed to have connections and people that walk with me to do what I want to do and feel like I'm guided to do. Um, and and I don't. I think and one of the things is I don't feel scared anymore.
mm,
Or I will still feel scared at certain times, but I think that's the bit. Something happened along the way that I think I started to get a bit scared, and then you're like, oh well, I'm always like that. Well, I'm not. I'm not like that. So it's kind of, and maybe it's a slow process with different things. But what feels huge about this one is that it feels like a real collective
yeah.
oomph. Like
Hmm.
I really feel like the group, we have got each other's backs, which I felt before, but there's something about this that feels more,
Mm,
it's got drive with it. Um, yeah, I remember who I am. I
yeah.
remember what I'm here to do. Um, and I'm taking it back.
I love that, and I'm taking it back. Yeah, and I always say circle is as much about remembering ancient
Mm,
wisdom as it is about learning the modern technology. It's or ancient technology and modern wisdom. It's about holding both,
yeah,
and so much of it, is already in us. It's already in you. It's already in me. It's like we spark that alive in each other. Like
yeah,
I'm here to remind you just by my presence,
yeah,
and you're here to remind me.
yeah. And I
Mm,
think just reflecting on that as well, I think I saw that as well. That's what I felt, was that there's that circle's a leveler as well, and so everyone is really individual, which is what you'd hope, and it will be everyone's, what everyone's path is meant to be for them. So we'll bring our individualness to it, so it will ripple out from our lives in our way. And that's what I saw. And also I've learnt, remembered, that it doesn't, it's not linear, so it doesn't have to be one specific thing. I also don't have to choose between my job and the other, like the circle and all of that work that I want to do. They can, sometimes with difficulty, but they can run in parallel, and there is crossover.
mm,
So that's what I've learned as well. So the actual journey itself doesn't mean you will learn about how to hold circle, and therefore you will then hold circle. I will hold circle, and I will do lots of other things, but there's something in that I'll use in my work as well.
Yeah.
So it's not just about we'll all sit down in a circle.
Yeah.
I know it's helped, and I know I'll use it. I'm using it at work. Kind
Yeah.
of feeds into lots of things, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's really been shown to me through this particular constellation is it's so much more than circle, and the training itself is around circle, but it literally ripples into every aspect of life. You know, for me, I shared the other day how much being in circle had changed my marriage and supported my marriage
Mm.
and enhanced my marriage and my friendships and yeah, my parenting, it's not like you come and learn and you have to hold a circle. You come and learn and you might well hold circles alongside your role. Like you have some people will go and you know their work will become circles, and some people might never hold a circle,
Mm.
but it's gone into all different areas of their life, and you know, brilliant. We're
Mm.
learning to relate at a deeper human level.
Yeah,
Who doesn't
because
need more of
actually,
that?
yeah, and actually, it's even though it's training, like training as such, it's to hold a circle. I felt like it was very much a circle itself. So it's not just sit down in rows and we'll write down and learn. We were in circle at each session that we had, and so just having being in a a group of women with open hearts and open minds and willing is huge in itself. But I think because it's got that different aspect to it, it was bigger than any other circle.
Yeah. And having that time as well to build and build and build and
Yeah,
trust and you know feel enough safety that we can go places that we might not go in everyday life or in an hour
yeah,
session or 2 hour, you know, we're building a container together and
yeah.
what that can support as people leave that space. Okay, so final question. If there were a woman watching this and she's sitting on the fence thinking, I'm not sure. I think it sounds good. I'm not sure. What would you say to her?
Um, the thing that just came into my head was trust your heart or trust you, that voice. I think sometimes that we've lost the ability to hear and trust our own voice. So there's always that little noise that comes up, and we might just bat it away and be like, "Oh yeah, but what do you think?" or this, or "Oh, but what about that?" And well, um, just hear that voice and go with it, and just have faith in what's meant to be and let it unfold, because you'll figure it out. However it might be, you'll find a way to give yourself that time. You'll find a way to have that consistency. You'll find a way to feel the feelings, and the other person that's sat next to you or opposite you or to the side will hold you whilst you find your way through it. And it'll be the next right step for you. And I guess if the things that you're thinking, oh, but what about this and what about that, and what if actually I get 2 months in, you figure out loads of stuff in life. And so I imagine if that happens, you'll figure it out at that point. So you can't always plan everything, but you'll be held in that space to figure it out and go through it, and you will get something out of it, something magical.
Thank you, my love. Thank you, thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
you'll be creating a new circle soon. I believe there will be more circles. You've held your first one, and were supported by another woman from the circle, the devoted circle.
Yeah.
And in the creation of the next one, am I right in saying that? Or it's coming soon? It's in
Yeah.
its
I dreamed up a few years ago, and it just wasn't quite there, but then doing this has helped me. So my business is called Take Flight, because I want people on Earth to be able to have wings and grow whilst they're here. I also want to support people as their soul takes flight to its next journey. Um, and then, yeah, my next, so whilst I was in circle with you guys, the next circle came to me as reclamation. So that'll be a circle about reclamation, reclaiming joy and our power, or whatever it might be, to the women that come. So yeah, that's next on the list.
Wonderful. Celebrating you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for all that
Thank
you are and all
you.
that you're bringing, all the magic. And I can't wait to come to one of your circles soon. Thank you
Oh,
so much for your time. Thank
thank
you.
you. Take care.
Thank you.